Man, I can't even tell you how excited I am for this moment. Welcome to the world of the Chicago Bears, because tonight, it feels like draft night. Here's the deal. My producer hit me with a full 7-round mock draft for the Bears. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know who got picked. I don't know if there were any trades. I'm completely in the dark here, which is exactly how I wanted it. I'm reacting live as we go, and I'll be breaking down each pick as we move through it. Some I might love, some I might not agree with, but that's the beauty of the draft. You never really know until the names start flying. We're going to be live for all 3 days and all 7 rounds of the 2025 NFL Draft. Wall-to-wall coverage, top to bottom. But before we jump into the picks, let's talk real quick about how this mock draft came together. The idea was to keep it fair and realistic. No fantasy land, no grabbing a top 20 player in the 5th round. Every pick had to make sense with where that player might actually fall. The team behind it did their homework, spoke to scouts, analyzed trade scenarios, and really tried to replicate how a front office might think leading up to the real thing. So let's set the stage. The Bears head into the draft with 7 selections. They hold the 10th overall pick in the 1st round, 2 in the 2nd, including number 72, 1 in the 3rd, none in the 4th, a 5th rounder at 148, and a pair of 7th rounders. Obviously, trades can still shake things up. Teams move up and down all the time, but this is our base. What I like right off the bat is how intentional the approach seems. No wild swings, just calculated moves. Now, when we talk about the early rounds, we're usually talking about foundational pieces, franchise-changing talent. And based on this mock, the Bears are aiming high with the first 3 picks: quarterback, cornerback, and linebacker. Not a huge surprise there, especially considering the current direction of the team and how much emphasis there's been on revamping key parts of the roster. That quarterback pick is a bold one. He's being looked at as the next big franchise guy, the face of the team. But I'll say this, if you're going to invest in a QB that early, you better be ready to build around him. That means giving him protection, weapons, and a scheme that fits. What's interesting here is that the cornerback and linebacker could easily be flipped depending on how the board shakes out. Personally, I think the linebacker makes a little more sense at pick 3, especially considering the kind of pass rush duo he could form with an established edge guy on the roster. But I get it. Cornerback is a premium position too, and depending on who's on the board, it's a smart move. There is a note about one team leaning toward best player available at pick 4. That could lead them in a lot of directions, but the buzz says they're doing deep research on an offensive tackle. Apparently, they've been watching film, interviewing him, breaking down every snap. It's the kind of work you only do if you're seriously considering taking that player early. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me. This guy played left tackle at a major program, started for 3 years, has great feet, although yes, there are concerns about his arm length. That always comes up. Still, with the way this team's built, adding a versatile lineman like that could be huge. Now let's talk about pick 5. A lot of chatter here revolves around another offensive lineman. There's a new general manager in town, and if you look at his track record, he comes from a system that values building through the trenches. So it wouldn't be a shock if he pulled the trigger on a big man here. But, and this is important, there are also rumblings about a wide receiver or even another edge rusher. So it's far from locked in. This whole top 10 scenario sets up some wild possibilities. If the tackle does go early, if the edge guys slide, it could put a premium skill player in reach for the Bears at pick 10. And that brings us to a name that keeps coming up, a running back from Powerhouse School. Explosive numbers. Over 500 receiving yards. More than 13 yards per catch. 5 touchdowns. Over 40 receptions. This guy isn't just a runner. He's a weapon. And if he's still there at 10, man, you sprint to the podium. Here's the thing people overlook. Yes, he carried a heavy load last year, and that's probably why his receiving numbers dipped. But when you watch the tape, it's obvious. He's got soft hands, he can line up wide, he runs crisp routes. And when he's in open space, good luck. He's got vision, burst, balance through contact, everything you want a modern back. What really makes him special, though, is his scheme versatility. He's comfortable in zone or gap. That's huge, especially for a team still shaping its identity on offense. With a retooled offensive line and a new play caller in town, This could be the final piece. They traded for a key lineman, signed another in free agency. It's like paving a driveway and finally getting ready to park the car. The question is, do you want to keep driving that old high-mileage sedan you've had since college? Or do you want something shiny, powerful, and built for speed? That's what this pick could represent. It's not just about filling a need. It's about sending a message that this offense is ready to take off. And speaking of sending messages, let's not ignore how this changes the math for pick 39. The Bears already grabbed a skill player, and now the board opens up. Defensive tackle comes into play, and that's exactly where the mock draft goes next. Tyreek Williams from Ohio State, big body, classic run stuffer. He's not going to give you 10 sacks a year, but that's not why you draft him. You draft him because he owns the line of scrimmage. He eats up double teams. He controls the point of attack. That matters a lot. People always get caught up in edge rushers because sacks are flashy, but if you can't stop the run, you're in trouble. Williams is the kind of guy who can hold his ground against two gaps, keep your linebackers clean, and give your defense a real backbone. In today's NFL, that's a huge asset. And again, the Bears have 2 second-round picks, so they have the ammo to be aggressive if someone they love starts to fall. I like the move here. It's strategic. You get your running back at 10. You go trenches at 39. And suddenly, you're filling out both sides of the ball with high-upside players who fit your long-term plan. Now, when we're talking about using that second-round pick, the Bears go right back to the trenches, but this time on the other side of the ball. The pick? Arani Ursary, offensive tackle out of Minnesota. This guy's been flying a bit under the radar, but make no mistake, he's got starting caliber tools. 3-year starter in the Big Ten, held his own against some of the top pass rushers in the country. And while his technique isn't perfect, the raw power and anchorability? Legit. He's not the smoothest with his footwork, and yeah, he'll need a little time to adjust to NFL speed. But if you're talking about depth and long-term competition at left tackle, Ursary's your guy. He's got the frame. He's got the toughness. And most importantly, he's got the ability to hold his ground against speed-to-power edge rushers, something the current starter has struggled with. You give this kid a year to develop, maybe sprinkle in some rotational reps, and by year 2, he could easily be pushing for a starting role. That's the kind of pick that builds depth and sends a message. No one's job is guaranteed. Compete. Earn it. So now we moved to round 3, pick 72. And this is where the Bears dip into the secondary for some real value. The name? Andrew Mukuba, safety from Texas. I love this pick. He's the most versatile safety in this draft class, hands down. Whether he's dropping deep, playing in the box, or covering the slot, he brings energy, speed, and ball skills. 5 interceptions, 7 pass breakups, 4 tackles for loss. The dude is everywhere. And he's got that alpha mentality. Undersized? Maybe. But he doesn't play like it. He's aggressive. He trusts his instincts. He takes smart angles and isn't afraid to lower the boom. In today's league, where safeties are asked to wear multiple hats, a guy like Mukuba becomes incredibly valuable. You plug him into a system that values disguise and movement, and he's going to thrive. I don't think he starts day one, but he's a chess piece. And when you're building for the future, that's gold. At this point, the Bears have addressed quarterback, corner, linebacker, running back, defensive line, offensive line, and now safety. That is strong, balanced haul. And we're only getting to the 5th round. Since there's no 4th round pick, we jump to pick 148, and that's where we get our tight end. This guy out of Notre Dame caught my eye immediately. He's not a freak athlete, but he's consistent, reliable. He's got good hands, wins contested catches, and gives real effort as a blocker. He's the kind of guy you want as your TE2. Dependable, coachable, and capable of stepping up if needed. Notre Dame tight ends always seem NFL ready, and this guy fits that mold. In the red zone, in short yardage situations, or running a crossing route on 3rd and 5, you can count on him. Plus, he's still developing. There's room for more. So now we hit the 7th round, the flyer territory, right? This is where you bet on traits, upside, and maybe a little special teams juice. And that's exactly what the Bears do here. First, they take a linebacker out of UCLA. This kid's an athlete, absolute burner, fastest 40 time of any linebacker at the combine. His relative athletic score? 9.83. That's elite. He's got nearly 600 snaps on special teams, which tells you he's ready to contribute right away, even if he's raw defensively. And that's the thing. Seventh-rounders don't have to be perfect. They just need to have something you can work with. Give him time, a good coach, and let him grow into a role. Then, with their final pick, they go wide receiver. This one's a bit of a head-scratcher, because I think he could have gone earlier. He's tall, fast, and produced at 2 different Power 5 schools. Over 6 feet tall, runs in the 4.4s, and has years of solid production. Not sure why he slipped. Maybe route running concerns? Maybe just a numbers game? But in the 7th round, this is a no-brainer. He's got returnability too, which could help him stick on the roster while he develops. And hey, sometimes those late-round receivers turn out to be real finds. If you're the Bears, this is the kind of high-upside gamble you love to make. So let's take a step back. 7 picks. Quarterback of the future. Shutdown corner. Impact linebacker. Do-it-all running back. Big-bodied defensive tackle. Developmental offensive tackle. Versatile safety. Solid tight end. Athletic linebacker. Explosive wide receiver. That's not just a good draft. That's a blueprint. You're adding immediate contributors, but you're also investing in guys who can grow into key roles. If I had to give this mock a grade, it's an A- for me. I love the top-end talent. I love the balance. The only knock is maybe the defensive tackle doesn't bring much as a pass rusher, but you can live with that if he plugs gaps and dominates early downs. The tight end and wide receiver picks are smart, and Mukuba might end up being the sleeper of the whole thing. If it plays out like this, Bears fans get excited. This team is building something real. And now I want to hear from you. If that running back is still there at pick 10, are you taking him? Or would you rather go defense? Let me know in the comments. The draft's coming fast, and we'll be here the whole way. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling in Chicago, and this one has set the football world on fire. Caleb Williams, the Bears' shining first overall pick, allegedly refuses to play alongside DJ Moore. What could be behind such a bold stand from a young quarterback who's been lauded for his potential and poise? As the Bears' future rides on Williams' shoulders, this rumor challenges the very core of their team dynamics. But is there any truth to it, or is this just another fleeting piece of gossip in the offseason? The answer to that question could change the course of the franchise. The tension allegedly stems from Williams' expectations about the Bears' offense and the role Moore plays within it. While DJ Moore had a breakout season in 2024, becoming a top target for the team, some insiders claim that Williams' unwillingness to play with Moore arises from a disconnect in their playing styles. Williams, known for his incredible arm strength and deep ball accuracy, reportedly prefers a wide receiver who can stretch the field in ways Moore hasn't yet demonstrated. Moore, for all his talent, has often been criticized for being a bit more methodical, focusing on precise routes and intermediate gains rather than the high-flying, explosive plays that Williams is known to favor. But could this be more about egos than actual on-field compatibility? Williams, just entering the NFL, is already being compared to legends like Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. Such high expectations come with immense pressure, and perhaps there's a fear of failure looming over his every move. It's not unheard of for top rookies to have strong preferences regarding their teammates. But could this rumored refusal to play with Moore reflect something deeper? Does Williams feel that he needs a different kind of weapon to achieve the greatness that's expected of him in Chicago? Adding fuel to the fire, the Bears management has been tight-lipped about the situation, fueling speculation among fans and analysts. No one has officially confirmed whether Williams' reluctance is grounded in reality or simply a product of an overactive rumor mill. What is clear, however, is that this issue has the potential to create a rift within the locker room and disrupt the team's carefully crafted rebuilding plan. Williams' potential is undeniable, but the success of the Bears is about chemistry, both on and off the field. If he and Moore can't find common ground, it could lead to a rocky start for the young quarterback in his NFL career. So, where does this leave the Bears and their fans? The front office has a tough decision ahead. Do they try to broker a truce between the two stars, Or will they prioritize Williams' long-term development by exploring other options? As Chicago fans hold their breath, one thing is for certain. The situation is more than just a rumor now. It's a storyline that has everyone asking, is the Bears' future in jeopardy? Or will they rise above the drama and deliver the success their loyal fans have waited for? Only time will tell. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.